Alright, this video is to show you how you can customize your LS 720 Deepcool AIO cover. The way that it comes, it has this default teal colored RGB down there, and that doesn't really match anything else I'm running, so what I'm going to be doing is removing the teal cover and adding a diffuser so it will show the RGB. And I'm going to show you how I do that. So let's turn that off. Alright, the tools you're going to need are a thin putty knife, razor blade, a hook, a thin flathead, some double-sided tape or super glue, whatever you want to use, and then you're going to need something for a new diffuser. I picked up this crayon box at Walmart for 50 cents. So that's what's going to be replacing the teal piece right there. Alright. So you might think that these unscrew, but that's not the case. There's actually plastic clips all the way around. Hi baby, go. That's my kid walking in. So to get that off, you're going to need to use a hook to get underneath it and pry that away from the side, and you can see there it's starting to move away. And you're going to have to do that on several different sides at the same time. Of course, be careful. It can break if you don't do this correctly, and there's no official instructions on how to do this, so if you do break it watching my video, I appreciate that you tried to do this, but that is on you. Alright, I'm going to come back when this is off. Alright, this video is to show you how you can customize your LS 720 Deepcool AIO cover. The way that it comes, it has this default teal colored RGB down there, and that doesn't really match anything else I'm running, so what I'm going to be doing is removing the teal cover and adding a diffuser so it will show the RGB. And I'm going to show you how I do that. So let's turn that off. Alright, the tools you're going to need are a thin putty knife, razor blade, a hook, a thin flathead, some double-sided tape or super glue, whatever you want to use, and then you're going to need something for a new diffuser. I picked up this crayon box at Walmart for 50 cents. So that's what's going to be replacing the teal piece right there. Alright. So you might think that, okay, so once you get one side popped up, you can pretty much just get it popped out from there. Now at this point, you're going to release this cable through the little plastic holder there. Alright, and now you can access the RGB, and this center portion here just slides out from the front. Oh, no, I forgot. There are 3 screws in there. I've done this on one before to make sure I knew what I was doing before I made a video. But that was about a week and a half ago. I meant to make this video sooner. But when you have kids and you build and sell computers on Marketplace, you rarely have any free time. So this video is about a week later than I wanted it to be. Alright, might as well just put our screws in the crayon box there. You could use like a DVD jacket for this diffuser too. really doesn't matter, just get creative. Alright, so there's our assembly. It sits like this. Now the only thing we're going to do to this assembly is we're going to remove the white LED light that shines on that teal diffuser, because if we don't, it's just going to wash out the RGB. You can see it here. So you could put a piece of black tape there if you wanted to. This is what I did. Just remove it. No more white LED. By the way, this isn't going to void your warranty. You're not doing anything to the pump itself. You're just changing the lighting here. Now, the way this is normally is like this, but we're going to flip it so that the RGB faces the front, or faces down towards that white diffuser now. So you probably could leave that white LED since it's just going to shine into here anyway, but then that's going to wash out your other RGB, and I tend to dim my RGB down on my system so it's not super bright, so that extra white light would affect that quite a bit. Alright, that's it for here. We'll set that aside. Now we've got our diffuser piece we need to remove, and that's the Teal Deepcool. I am going to use a flathead screwdriver from the front and just push it out of there. Nice and easy. They've just got a little bit of glue, so it's not something that's going to take a whole ton of effort to get out. Now we're going to take that piece and we're going to lay it down on top of our little square that I pre-cut, and we're going to make a couple of adjustments. So it's a little long on this side. These are just side cutters that are nice and sharp, so you could use your razor blade if you wanted to. That's how I cut this out of here, but for fine adjustments this works better. Alright, so now they are the same size, and we can get rid of the teal. Sorry Deepcool, I love your stuff, but I don't want a teal light on my RGB AIO. Now our white diffuser is going to go right down into there, just like that, and then from the front it's just going to give us the diffusion we need. Now to keep that right there, we're going to have to tape it or glue it, so you can super glue it if you want. I am going to use some double-sided tape. They make this really thin super glue tape, so it's not going to take up a ton of space in there. I'll be editing this video afterwards to try to take out some of these slow or boring parts, and my edits, you know, this is maybe the 5th YouTube video I've ever made, my first computer YouTube video, so it's probably going to be a choppy edit. I apologize. I really wish I could make a better looking video for this topic, because as far as I've found, no one else has done this. So this is kind of like the world's first Deepcool full RGB AIO cover. Let's move that. That's not. We don't want to look at any of that tape. Made that mistake before. Alright, so there's our first piece of tape, and then that white backing comes off of there. And you don't need much, you just need large enough pieces to hold the diffuser in place. So like tiny little square piece here. Alright, still need at least one more. And we'll cut that in 2 and then make it 2 more.
Can you spend a week on the loneliest island in the world? Just you and the wreck? Live here for 7 days, browse the internet, drink fish oil, and get paid $10,000?
By the way, if anybody likes the music you hear in the background, that is an artist I found off of Amazon Reviews. A product video had the song called Never Let Go by Tyler Brown Williams. Really nice and relaxing music. I had been listening to like electronic EDM remixes because I used to be real big into techno in the 2000s. But I heard this music on an Amazon product video for oil diffuser I was looking at, and I just really liked it. So I found the artist, and then I've been listening to a lot of his stuff recently. Really isn't even all that popular yet. His videos only have like 800 likes and 3,000 subscribers, which is kind of crazy. I think it's really good. So here I'm just taking off the white backing tape for that double-sided tape. I think that's T-Rex super glue tape is what it's called. So you can see the... Alright, so now we're going to take our diffuser and carefully place it right down on there. Alright, so there's our new diffuser. So now we're going to take our pump block. Should wipe off this mirror before I put it back in there, or it's going to have fingerprints permanently stuck to it. And we don't want that. Alright, time for our 3 screws to go back in, and we're just about done now. Now on the one I did previously for one of my builds on Facebook Marketplace, I sell computers in Tulsa. My ads always have Cakepc in the description, C-A-K-E-P-C. And my marketplace profile you could probably find with that information because I've got 4 computers for sale right now. One of those also has this mod to it, but I didn't flip the RGB to face down. I just left them up. Now when I tested this, I didn't find that that affected the RGB on the top there at all. And quite frankly, you're not looking at the top of the RGB anyway. So, yeah. Alright, so that wire has to go back into there. This is all just going to clip back together. Some of it clips back together easier than others. So the stuff that's being stubborn, like that one there, I'm just going to push it down. Okay, got that back into place. Now we gotta tuck our wires out of the way here. That connector right there might get in my way when I try to put this back on. We'll see in a few minutes, I suppose. Alright. So now, let me turn off this light above me. Oh yeah, that's much stronger. I should have flipped over the other one I did too. So now you can, oh man, it's still really, it's so bright it's hard for my camera to see. Alright, let's change the color and see if it makes it any more obvious.
Tell anybody what the name was.
There you go. So you can see there, now your Deepcool logo is going to match the rest of your RGB presets. So you're no longer stuck with red RGB and then a teal logo. And then you can see at the top it's not affected at all by switching that around. So I will update this in just a second if I can't get this block back on because of that connector. But yeah, there you go, 10 minutes and you can RGB your Deepcool AIO instead of having to look at the teal. Which, like I said, I love my Deepcool stuff, but I feel like it was a huge design fail for them to force us to look at that teal if we didn't like it. Same thing with like my Deepcool Assassin. So this one, the Assassin, has a logo on it right here. It says Deepcool. When you have your Deepcool Assassin set to full speed with this switch, it makes it glow teal. So I'm probably going to get into here and disconnect that light because I don't like it. But otherwise, you know, I'm a huge Deepcool fan. I really like their products. So if by chance Deepcool happens to see this, please don't be upset. This is just something you should have done. And hopefully others will choose to do it. If you have questions, I'm happy to help. I hope I've laid it out, you know, simple enough to help you walk through it if you decide to do this. But yeah, I was pretty proud of this because as far as I could tell, nobody else had thought of it. So yeah, once it's back in the case, it becomes a lot more obvious because obviously there's a lot less light in there. So let's see. Nope, it's not letting me turn this around. Alright. So you can kind of see it a little better there now. And then that's my height Y40 with my EVGA 3080 that's going in there. And then there's my little ZZEW C2 with a 3060 Ti. That's going up on Marketplace sometime in the next couple days. Anyway, this is Jake. I go by Cakepc when I am building on Marketplace. If you want to look me up and you're local to Tulsa, Oklahoma, I'd love to build you a computer. Thanks for your time.